I never get fear of missing out, FOMO, but around this time with the Cannes Film Festival happening, I'm just like refreshing tabs, reading reviews. I want to know everything. I want to know what other movies coming out that I need to know. And it happens every year. So what I'm saying is next year, can one of us go to Cannes and represent the podcast?
We got to get
Hey,
Anne back.
you're our film festival guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Anne back. And we have a friend, Anne. For those of you who have never listened to the podcast, hi, this is I Need to See That, a podcast about movies. You know what you're listening to.
You know.
You know.
You know.
You didn't log onto
it's-
this by
How many
accident.
movie podcasts? I'm Eli,
I'm Caroline.
I'm Ethan.
and we're gonna talk. And that's about it. It's a huge waste of time. But we have a friend named Anne who covers the Cannes Film Festival. She'll be back. There's no Megalopolis this year. I guess the Ari Aster movie is the closest to, like, I need to know if this movie's good. Is there any movie that you two are, like, looking forward to reading a review of?
Die My Love. I sent you both the preview yesterday, the new Lynn Ramsey with, because I've watched 1.5 Hunger Games on my flights recently, and we need Jennifer Lawrence more than ever. It's time. We need her back. We're in a drought. We're in a movie star drought. I need her. I need her back on my screen.
That's the one I want too. I feel like that feeling you get when you watched Past Lives for the first time,
Mhm.
that like romantic dagger to your heart. Like, I want that, and I just feel like these two actors can deliver. I did not see the Florence Pugh Andrew Garfield movie, so I don't know if that delivers on what I'm looking for. I bet it doesn't because of the subject matter, but like,
Do you like sad movies that will break you?
no, I do like sad movies that'll break me, but I don't think that I know what happens. I saw the trailer, but I don't think that type of sad is so much more like real than the sad that Past Lives can deliver, or the sad that like a good romantic drama can deliver. And so that I'm hopeful.
Mhm. Me too.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good. If Lynn Ramsey wins the Palme d'Or, I'll just be the happiest human.
What movie, Eli, are you most looking forward to?
Of course, the Ari Aster movie, because Ari Aster can do no wrong. There are 2 movies starring Josh O'Connor. Connell. Yeah, the Paul Mescal movie, and then there's one other, and that excites me. I'm hearing about a movie that I just heard about for the first time called The Sound of Falling. Yeah, The Sound of Falling.
With
Already
Josh O'Connell
premiered.
and Josh O'Connor and Paul Mescal, right?
That is the sound of sound of
The Sound of
silent-
Music?
That's the sound of something else.
The Sound of Music?
No, it's not The Sound of Music. Josh O'Connor, Paul Mescal. That movie is called The History of Sound. But I'm talking about a movie called The Sound of Falling, which already premiered, and people are raving about it. It's a foreign film. One review out there, I think Deadline's review, is something like, this is beyond movie. It's beyond cinema. It's something else. And I'm like, okay, I'm into that. I'm intrigued. I don't know. So we'll talk about. I went to the Milwaukee Film Festival. Thank you for sending me Milwaukee Film Festival. I have a lot to say about it, and we will talk about that later on in the podcast. But whenever I watch festivals like this, it's always like, ooh, what is the big movie going to be this year? What are the movies that are going to get Oscar nominations that everyone's going to be talking about? I want to know about it first because I have fear of missing out, apparently. But honestly, this year, I don't think a movie's going to beat Sinners. It's the best movie of the year. Ethan, you still haven't seen Sinners, right?
That's correct.
Because you don't like cinema. You don't support cinema. You think everything should be on Netflix.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yep. Carol, I do want to talk about Sinners for a little bit because I can't stop thinking about this goddamn movie.
I mean, have both of you watched the Ryan Coogler video talking about the format of the movie?
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
It's just like it's cool to see because if you're not in one of, like, the big markets, the IMAX 70 millimeter, there's only 10 of them in the world, and he releases this video, and people are intrigued enough because he didn't think anyone was gonna watch this video talking about what made each format special, and crashed AMC for the added week of IMAX 70 millimeter screenings because everyone wanted to see it in that format, and I think that has what's made me so excited about this movie because people want to see original movies. They wanna see original ideas. They wanna see amazing looking movies on a big screen. I'm not even talking about Michael B. Jordan yet. I'm just talking about the movie. It was great.
So I put together my top 10 list of movies I've seen so far, which is not something I usually do in May, but Ethan prompted it because he saw 3 movies and it wasn't the best list. So I wanted to try it. Ethan's a dad. He has excuses.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Daddy. Sinners is absolutely my number one, and it's weird because I walked into that movie completely blind. You two talked about it. I didn't watch a single trailer. The only thing I knew about it is what was told to me, which is it's a Michael B. Jordan vampire movie. And as the movie started, I was like, oh, I wonder why they would spoil the fact that this is a vampire movie because and we're gonna slightly spoil the movie. I won't talk too much about plot, but like half of the movie is not a vampire movie. It's a really well grounded, like, bootlegging movie essentially. And then the vampires come, and I sitting in the theater, I was like, why would they ruin the surprise that it's a vampire movie? But then as the movie continued, I realized, A, the surprise isn't that it's a vampire movie. The surprise is that it's a musical and has
Mhm.
deep roots in music, and
Mm.
that helps with the metaphor the entire movie's going for. And B, it's not necessarily meant to be a grindhouse, like, from dusk till dawn, uh, uh, like, camp movie or experiment in grindhouse cinema. It's so much more. There are scenes in this movie that go beyond watching a movie. To quote Deadline's review of The Sound of Falling, it goes beyond movies. It goes beyond cinema. There are scenes like the music scene that happens,
Mhm.
that if you watch in the largest screen possible,
It's
it
crazy.
brings you out of the movie. You're just like, "This is unlike anything I've seen," and it's something else. It reminded me of watching Oppenheimer, I'll say that. Watching this movie, I'm just like, "There's no way this is not the best movie of the year, and it deserves everything that's coming to it, and it's bigger than movies. It's
Yeah.
something else."
Well, and speaking of Oppenheimer, so I found out Ryan Coogler and is it Lucas who did the music? What is his name?
Yeah,
Who
George Lucas did the music.
no,
No,
who
not
won
George
the
Lu
Oscar for Oppenheimer? Ludwig Göransson
Ludwig Göransson, thank you. They went to college together, but he did the music for Oppenheimer and he did the music for this. So that
and
was
Black Panther and Creed. He's been his guy.
he's been his guy, and that's what I
So
love.
cool.
It's like Ludwig, Michael B, and Ryan. It's just, like, cool to see the 3 of them, like, and how they've sort of, like, elevated with every time, and it's crazy to think out of all the movies Ryan Coogler has done, this is his first original project. Because if you think about everything else has been adapted before that, and he realized, "I've not done my own sort of thing where you've seen actually my voice on a massive scale like this," and what a crazy blank check that he got to do, and it was so successful, and without mentioning, we even talked about the fact that it's set during Jim Crow and the fact of, like, everything that happens, like, the reason, like, the villains are these, like, white Irish
Irish immigrants.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, and what that means within, the context of this film, but, and also the cinematographer, she's the first female cinematographer to shoot in IMAX, I wanna get her name, Autumn Gerald Archipel, and the shots are crazy in this movie, just, like, if you can, see it on the biggest screen possible because there's certain I saw it, like, for a second time last week on a smaller screen, and it was a bummer to miss 'cause there's this one specific shot in IMAX 70 millimeter when they're opening up the farm to, like, fight fight the vampires, and it literally is like opening up the barn door when you watch it. But we didn't even talk about Miles Catton, who is, like his voice is
Unbelievable.
like, one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I can't wait to see what this kid does next. He was the background singer for Her at 16 years old, and then this is his big breakout, and I mean, it's a special
He's
movie.
super young, and he has the voice of, like, an
Yeah,
85-year-old blues man.
yeah.
Cool.
It's
It's
so cool.
yeah, and not to, like, also talk like, all of these dynamic female characters in this that, like, not all of them may not be the normal love interests that you see. Like, you see regular size Black women, you see and it's just very cool to see how, Ryan Coogler shapes a world, and I love and Michael B. Jordan does a great job playing twins. Again, I'm here for the Parent Trap Renaissance of 2025. I'm here for more actors playing
Yeah,
twins.
that's the thing of the year, right? You
Yeah,
called this out.
yeah,
The idea that every actor is playing twins in movies now.
yeah, and I'm here for it. Everyone watched The Parent Trap as a 9-year-old, and now they're making movies.
So, Caroline, I will see this movie, I promise. Caroline, you mentioned like the Ryan Coogler element and the blank check and like his career. I wonder if there are any comps or like even comps to where he's at, or if there are any other directors in that narrative right now. So he does small indie movie, very
Fruit
successful.
Fruitvale Station, amazing.
Fruitvale Station, great movie. He's given the keys to the Rocky franchise and makes, I don't know, the best sports movie of the century so
Mhm.
far. Uh, then he jumps to Marvel and makes one very good Marvel movie and one just fine Marvel movie.
Due to
Uh,
circumstance.
and then right, yeah, dude, it's fine. Whatever, made a lot of money. Um, and then he gets to go do this, and like this to me is, I don't know. I'd call it like his inception, where it's
Mhm.
like, are you the real deal? Yes, you are. And like this solidifies like Ryan Coogler's the real deal. What other directors have had that version of that movie, or like need that version of that movie at the moment, to be like, you are the real deal. You are who we thought you were. You like your name can open a movie.
I think it's a pretty unique experience. I mean, your name could open a movie. You can go to, Jordan Peele. You can go to Greta Gerwig, but the unique thing about this one is the Marvel path. Because usually, if you
Right.
go Marvel path, the movie after Marvel is fucking
And I
horrible,
think
and
that's
and you
why.
go, wait, are they good directors at all, Russo brothers?
Right.
But like,
That's
Mhm.
why Nolan is probably the best comp here, because you're
Yeah.
like, okay, he did a couple small movies. He made two fantastic superhero movies. Oh my God, Inception. This guy's the real deal.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. It's Ethan, I want you to
But
see it so badly. You're gonna love
I
it.
will. I promise I will.
My review coming out of the movie was texting Ethan and saying, "Ethan, it's a get a babysitter date night movie," which is the best thing I could say about a movie.
Y'all, it's
Totally.
hard to get babysitters.
Maybe in Chicago, it'll be easier. Eli will hop
Well,
down on
I
the
know that
Amtrak.
two
Yeah,
two of
I'll
our
watch your
two of
baby. Give me
our
your baby. Give
two
me
of
your
our
baby.
two of our single digit listeners are my sister and my father, so they can be our babysitters when we move back, and I can go see Sinners
Wow.
Which will hopefully still be in IMAX despite Mission Impossible coming fast.
Coming for its neck.
as fast as Tom runs. Eli, what were the best movies you saw in Milwaukee?
Okay. So I was invited to the Milwaukee Film Festival. Thank you, Milwaukee Film. Uh Here's what I have to say. So, every if you're listening to this and you live near a city, you have a film festival. Every city has a film festival. Some small towns have film festivals. Um, Go to them if you have the opportunity. Don't even look at the names of the movies. Just go to them. Some of you might live near Telluride, and the Telluride Film Festival is going to have all the Oscar players. Great, go see the Oscar movies. A lot of you have like, I don't know, the Cleveland Film Festival, where it's like, I've never heard of any of these movies. Do I want to go? Yeah, go. Open your minds. Go have fun. Support cinema. See movies you would never ever see. Uh, some of the movies you're gonna walk out being like, "That's the best movie I've
Yeah,
ever seen."
tell us
Is it
about the
really?
festival.
Maybe not. But it's called being festival pilled, where you immediately put a movie high on your list, even though it might not be the best movie, because of the experience, and that's okay. I love that. The Milwaukee Film Festival, and not to be like Milwaukee's the center of the universe because I live here. Milwaukee is a festival town. That's what we are known for. We have dedicated spaces that literally sit vacant for 95% of the year, waiting for a festival to happen. That's just a fact of what Milwaukee is. And the Milwaukee Film Festival is run by Milwaukee Film, which is a nonprofit, which allows them to put on really cool, really specific, really diverse range of films. They have it's one film festival, but within it there's different lineups, including a black lens lineup, a lineup of Latinx films, a lineup of LGBTQ plus focus films. Women Lens is another one, just all about female directors. They have Cream City Cinema, which is all about local filmmakers. They have great shorts films, and it's like I said, it's a nonprofit, so the sponsors include like Planned Parenthood. You're gonna have diverse artists and stories out there, and it kind of goes towards a really good cause. So I highly, highly, highly recommend the Milwaukee Film Festival. This year they had 32,000 people in attendance, with over 268 screenings. Huge deal. Milwaukee Film, you are doing it right. You are in beautiful, historic venues such as the Oriental Theater, and the Downer Theater. It's just really, really cool. Thank you, Milwaukee Film. Let's talk about the movies I saw. Wait, do you have any questions?
This sounds amazing. I wanna come next year.
You should. You should. They were great. And some really good food around the theater too. That's a different
Um,
story.
my question is, do you think that Giannis is going to stay with the Bucks next year?
You know, he does a lot in the community, so I hope so.
Yeah.
But I also think he's been here for so long, and
Hmm.
he needs to be treated right. So I
Right.
hope that they make a huge offer. But like I said, he does so much for the community. Every Halloween, there are great pictures of him just out trick or treating in the neighborhoods. He's
Love
really
that.
cool.
Love
He's the
that.
best.
Milwaukee Film Festival. Here are the movies I saw. I'll run through them and then highlight a few. Uh, Secret Mall Apartment, which is a great documentary. Have either of you heard about that? Yeah, I think
I've heard of it.
it's
Mm.
produced by Jesse Eisenberg. I think it's coming on Apple TV. Is that right? It's great. It's great. It's a great documentary. Every documentary I saw started as one thing and then explodes into another thing. Secret Mall Apartment is great. I saw a movie called Glimmers out of, I believe, Spain, a movie about uh somebody dealing with their ex-husband dying, and it's very sad. And it's a great movie. That's what I call a film festival movie, uh, which means you're watching it, you're going, "Oh my god, this is so good. I think this is a very good movie. I am so bored, but oh my god, this is such a good movie, but I am so bored." But it's a really good movie. I recognize it's a good movie. I am so fucking bored. But it's a great movie, Glimmers. The Shrouds by David Cronenberg. Uh if you ask me if this is a good movie, I'm gonna say no, it's not a good movie. Having said that, it is the most fun I've ever had watching a movie.
Wow.
You have to be a Cronenberg fan to love this movie. Uh,
What's your favorite Cronenberg movie?
Videodrome. But
Mm,
I also really like The Fly. Or A
mm.
History of Violence. I've seen every single Cronenberg movie, okay? So that's a really hard question for me. Videodrome's the one I saw first, so it's always gonna be my favorite. I think History of Violence is the best, like, I'm going in blind. I've never seen a Cronenberg movie. What should I watch movie? Uh, The Shrouds is the wildest one. Very funny. The theater was eating it up because it's very funny. Uh, but if I were to be like, put it on my movie recommended wall at the video store I work at, uh, everyone would be like, "I'm never trusting this guy again." But if you're a Cronenberg fan, you're gonna fucking love this movie,
Mm.
The Shrouds.
Mhm.
I saw a movie called Dead Lover. It's a movie out of Canada that cost $300,000 to make, and it is so much fun. It's one of those classic midnight cult movies. It was all filmed in a black box theater. It's a Frankenstein tale. It's gross, it's funny, it's dirty, a lot of gross jokes. Fun movie. I saw a movie called The Home, which is a horror movie, about uh an old person in a nursing home. That's very scary and fun. Uh, I saw a movie called Pavements that I'm gonna come back to because it is, I have a lot to say. I have a movie called Peacock, that I loved. It is a comedy, about a guy who gets hired to essentially be an extra in people's lives. He gets hired to be like the boyfriend at a wedding, and so on and so forth. It is an extremely funny movie. Highly recommend that one. Saw a movie called Fine Young Men, a drama about boys in Mexico at an old boys school, and it's very dark and kind of gross. And halfway through, something happens that you go, "Oh, this isn't what the movie's going to be about." It's totally what the movie's going to be about, and I don't know if I want to watch it again. I saw a movie called Sister Midnight, which is on my top 10 list. Uh, I don't want to spoil it. It's a great, great, great movie. Great double feature with Sinners. That's all I will say about the movie Sister Midnight. A documentary called One to One, John and Yoko. Documentary about John Lennon and Yoko Ono, as told through the TV shows they were probably watching in their apartment. Really fucking cool movie that
That's
is very
fascinating.
relevant to today. Because a lot of stuff that's happening currently in our political environment has happened before, and it's fascinating to see this documentary. Great,
Wait, are you
great,
saying that
great one.
things are bad right now?
I'm so sorry, Ethan. If forgive me
Are you
for
saying
going against your
history repeats
political
itself?
mindscape.
Are you
That I
saying
am saying.
history repeats itself?
That I am saying. I'm so sorry, Ethan. I didn't mean to put you in a political bubble. Vulcan Isadora is a very small indie film that is fucked up. I saw a documentary called Wooly, about somebody who takes over their sheep farm from their parents and how they learn how to do that. It's a great movie. Animals die in it, so go into that documentary knowing animals die in it. But it's a very good movie. A lovely romantic comedy called Two Women. I saw a movie called Whatever Happened to Dorothy Bell, a locally made horror movie that is scary as hell. I saw a documentary called Creed USA, which Ethan and Caroline, you would love Creed USA. It's a documentary about the smallest town in Colorado. Uh, and you think it's just gonna be like super MAGA, super political, and it is. But they also have a theater community in there, and it's a theater that uh, uh, um, Mandy Patinkin helped form and was a member of. Uh, but it's also in like a super Republican tiny town full of 300 people. It's a great documentary that just kind of it takes everything that we're dealing with in politics. Yes, Ethan, politics are scary right now, no matter what you say, and kind of condenses it down into this small
Unbelievable.
town. And because they're all actual friends and talk to each other, it gets a little bit more personal, but it's still a conversation that's out in the open. It's really, really good documentary. And then I saw a weird movie called Cloud. Uh, yeah, that's it. Um, I'm gonna circle back on 2 movies. One is the movie that won the audience award at the Milwaukee Film Festival called The Librarians, documentary produced by PBS. I watched it the day that produced by Sarah Jessica Parker and PBS. I watched it the day that the Trump administration announced that they were gonna pull funding for PBS. So it was weird in the area. It's a movie about book banning in America, and how some librarians are trying to save it. And it broke me. The librarians were there in attendance, gave a great Q&A afterwards, talking about how you can help, uh, which their answer was, write a letter to your librarian saying, I know book bannings are happening. If you ever need somebody to be in your corner to help you out,
Nice.
let me know, and give them your email address. Because
Wow.
a lot of things that the librarians talked about live is it's very lonely, and you
Yeah.
never know what other people are thinking. Uh, it's a very real problem. It's a very hard movie to watch because it's so real, but I highly, highly recommend the documentary The Librarians. Will be out later this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And finally, there's a movie called Pavements. This is a movie that was made for me. It is currently my number 2 favorite movie of the year. It is a documentary. Well, it's made by Alex Ross Perry. There's a great interview with him right now on the podcast, The Big Picture. Uh, it's about the band Pavement, who's one of my favorite bands. It is part documentary, part biopic, part documentary about making the biopic, part Broadway musical adaptation of their catalog, part documentary about the Broadway musical adaptation of their catalog, part museum opening, part documentary about the museum opening, and it's all just a big fuck you to every documentary that was ever made about any band. It's
Oh,
an absolutely wild experience to watch. If you know the band Pavement, you know it was gonna be weird. This is made so well, and it's under the we talk about the idea of like uh uh in movies an unreliable narrator. This is an unreliable documentary in a way I've never seen
Fun.
before because it poses the idea that Pavement is the most important band to ever exist. And so when they cut to like Oscar Beatty clips of a biopic, you go like, "Oh, this is just a fuck you to every movie that's ever been made about bands." And that's what it is. It's
Cool.
incredible. They put on a Broadway musical starring people from the Green Day Broadway musical and the Alanis Morissette Broadway musical.
That's
But it's a
crazy.
Pavements Broadway musical. It's so good. Pavements rules. Movie bought it. It'll be out eventually. Go see Pavements. Go out of your way to see the movie
Yeah.
Pavements. It's awesome.
I have not seen any Alex Ross Perry movies, and I'll be honest, I didn't really hear about him until listening to The Big Picture. Do you like his other movies? Like, did this match up?
Yeah, I like the movie Her Smell. Her
Her
Smell is a
Smell?
great movie.
Okay,
Elizabeth Moss.
cool.
Mm,
This is unlike any of his other movies, so I'll say that much.
Cool.
that's
He
cool.
in the interview I heard with him, he wasn't there, but in the interview I heard with him, he compared the movie Pavements to Dunkirk, where it's like three very different timelines, different movies, but they all come together in one scene, and that's exactly what this is.
Wild. I'm
I
excited.
know. It's so good.
How many movies did you see?
So I talked to a lot of people there,
Yeah,
and
did
some
you make
people
any
were like, "Oh, this
friends?
is my 40th movie."
Wow.
I made some friends. Some people were like, "Oh, this is my 40th movie. This is my 50th movie." Like I said, there were 268 screenings.
Jesus. Yeah.
I only saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Only
17 movies.
only
Only
17.
17 movies. And all of these movies, I walked in extremely blind. I didn't know
I love
anything about
that.
any of these movies except Pavements. I
Yeah.
heard
That's
that it was
cool.
good. All the other ones walked in so blind. So discovering things like Peacock, which, like I said, very funny movie. I had no idea it was going to be a comedy, and it made me laugh very hard. So
I love
there
that.
you go. If you can learn anything from this talk, it's not necessarily even about the movies, although go see Pavements. It's go support your local film festivals.
In your
Who
local
cares if
the
the
theaters.
movies aren't
Yeah.
going to be talked about?
Yeah.
And your local theaters. Who cares if the movies aren't going to be talked about? You're going to see things that you never would have watched. Half of these movies, even if it like popped up on Apple TV, I would just skip it because there's so many options.
Yeah.
Why would I watch a documentary about sheep farmers when I could watch, I don't know, Happy Gilmore 2? It's different in a film festival where you're just sitting there and you just watch whatever you can, and it's great.
Yeah.
Communal
Yeah.
experience.
Also, the
People
Oriental
together.
Theater in Milwaukee has sour Skittles, so good on you, Oriental Theater in
Oh.
Milwaukee. Sour Skittles are an elite treat.
Have we talked about our movie candy preferences?
Oh.
I'm a Skittles guy. Sometimes I like chocolate. What the good theaters, the best theaters rather, they sell junior mints, but they freeze them. They have them in the freezer. That's the key.
Fascinating.
Find those theaters.
Yeah. Ethan, what's your movie candy preference?
Kale,
Either something from Walgreens
Kale,
that I
kale
sneak
smoothie.
in, or
Mhm.
popcorn.
covered in kale.
Yeah.
Kale sucks.
Remember the year it was your birthday, and instead of getting you a birthday cake, we got you birthday kale. That was good.
That's
Yeah,
a good memory.
I
Funny
do
kids.
remember. It
Mhm.
was good. Caroline, what's your pick?
I love Milk Duds. I love to like let them sit in my mouth long enough that they like melt and then like caramels like chewy. And I like Raisinets now. I don't know. These are cool mid-30s candy choices. And Sour Patch Kids.
Those are old people food. You went old people food.
Yeah. Can't help it.
Pureed Raisinets.
Yeah.
And pureed Milk Duds.
And a smoothie.
Can I break some news on this podcast?
Yeah.
Posted 16 minutes ago. David Ehrlich, Eddington. Ari Aster's COVID freakout feels like the first truly modern American Western, or at least the first one with enough integrity to mention at Pop Crave by name. It's gonna be polarizing, but I loved it.
Yep, that's exactly what I was hoping for.
Wait.
This year's Megalopolis.
Wait. He mentioned Pop Crave. Do you both know about Pop Crave?
I want to say yes, but I don't.
Okay.
It's a Twitter
I wanted to
account.
say yes.
Pop Crave is a Twitter account. Well, and there's now a spinoff. That's Pope
Yeah.
Crave. But Pop Crave has now become sort of the go-to like news announcement on Twitter. Where it originally was like Katy Perry released her new single and
Yeah.
now is telling you stuff that Trump has done. So Pop Crave getting a mention in a movie is crazy.
that's what he's sort of saying, right?
Yeah.
And then someone like the third comment is Pop Crave Aster is tapped in.
Truly. Yeah. Pop Crave is a top follow.
I'm so excited about this movie. Thank you for breaking that. I started the podcast by saying I'm worried about missing out, and then I clearly missed out.
Because you're being present. You're being present, Eli. Ethan wasn't.
You're right. Yeah. Ethan got bored with my Milwaukee Film Festival review.
I'm just
Googling
like
movies.
seeing like what are the Bucks gonna offer Giannis,
That's our podcast. Thank you, everybody. And as always, go see Sinners in theaters already. Ethan,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
I'll babysit give me your baby.
Okay,
Oh,
here you
God.
go. Here she is.
Give me
She's
your
going to
baby.
Eli's 20th high school reunion.
Yeah, she.
You want to come?
It's gonna be her on Eli's shoulders and Eli in a trench coat, and people are gonna be like, "Eli, you look so young."
I signed up to go to my 20-year high school reunion, and in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna see so many friends I haven't talked to in so long, and I'm gonna be like, I'm a VP now, and try to like rub it in their face. And I just looked on the website, and 8 people signed up.
That's either the beginning of a horror movie,
Yeah.
or the beginning of a real horny, sexy movie between those 8 people.
Is one of the 8 your high school crush?
Oh yeah.
No, and I will say it's not because I went to an old boys school.
Oh.
But no, it was not. None of them were my high school crush.
Wow.
My high school crush's name was Lita, and she was a professional wrestler, in the WWF.
Lita, if you're listening.
My middle school crush was Patty Mayonnaise. Okay, that's it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.